Testing 1, 2. How we doing? We got sound now? Man, a bummer. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know you got sound now. It looks like we got sound on my end now. That's a bummer because I've been talking for the last, I don't know, a little bit of time. I've been giving some thoughts right quick here. All right, so, hey, let's do it again. Let's have some fun. Let's do it again. I'll click here. Where's my intro? Where's my intro? There it is. Boom. Let's watch it. All right, there we go. All right, well, welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader. Now we got sound. But I'm here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective, guys. Just looking at Ethereum really quick, guys. I think we're at a decision point. We're playing on a trend line right now. We could be playing with a break to the upside here or a rejection and back down. I kind of think we're going to go hit the low one more time. Things often happen in threes, and I think we just need to hit the low one more time. Something like this. We got 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm looking for a third hit. Boom. And maybe even lower. But we're in decision time, guys. Are we going to break up into the upside here, or is this going to roll over and come down here? That's what's going on in Ethereum. Wave structure is pointing, right now it's got a three-wave nature to it, but this could turn into a big old impulse here pretty quick. In fact, what you've got going on here is you got a 1 and a 2 working right here, and this could be ready for a big old move to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of what's at stake here. But guys, we're going to look at that. We're going to look at wave structure. We'll look at Bitcoin. I think it's decision time for Bitcoin. I really do. We're at an Elliott wave impasse here, and we're getting ready to break to the upside or again break the low. Come on and hit the low one more time. We're going to look at the wave structures and see where we think things are heading. But guys, I'm going to show you that perspective, but I'm not here to give you any kind of financial advice. Not at all. I'm just going to show you how I look at the market from an Elliott wave standpoint. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday night charts to you, and let's jump into the live stream channel here and see who's in the chat. There's John Sager. What's up, man? Glad you've been looking forward to the show. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Lee Berger, first one to hit. He says, let's see, looked like the algo had a liquidity problem between 6 on the 10-minute time frame. I'll have to check it out. I didn't see that, but maybe so. What's up, Keith M? Of course, you're always asking for moon boy counts. We'll give you a moon boy count for sure. There is a moon boy count here, and we're on the precipice of potentially breaking to the upside for it. We got to see if we're going to hit the low or we're gonna go. We're gonna hit the low. We're gonna go. So we're gonna look at that in just a moment. What's up, Hugo? Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Durham. What's up? Good morning to you. Scott Kaminsky. No sound. Thanks for letting me know. We got it all fixed now. Zonky. Good to see you. Good to see you. Dave the Sage. What's up, man? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. All right, Elias. Hey, buddy. Miss you, bud. Good to see you. All right, I said hi to everybody that said hi to me. I hope you're doing well. Let's jump into the analysis, guys, and I'll do it as fast as I can. And we'll have some fun tonight. All right, so here's where we are. Let's just keep it real simple for now. A small time frame, just looking at this current consolidation, okay? Basically, when you see things consolidating sideways like that, ordinary TA says, hey, man, that's a bull flag. We're getting ready to go to the upside. I think everybody and their brothers kind of looking at this thinking, hey, we're waiting for the breakout to the upside. I think that's plausible. I think that's possible. And I think that's something that you at least got to be on the guard for. But here's a principle I live by very often. I'm not a contrarian for contrarian's sake. Okay, guys? I don't just pick a contrary view and stick to it and hope it works. Rather, what I do is I look at the chart from a liquidity standpoint, and let me tell you something. Here's a principle I go by. If something looks really, really good on the chart, like really good, like, oh man, I'm looking at this looks like it needs to do this, very, very often the market will not do that thing that you're expecting it to do. Okay, the market will not do that thing you're looking. In fact, it will do something opposite of what you're expecting it to do, and it'll do that. It'll do that first. Okay, and then and then it'll do what you expect it to do, but it won't do it in the way you expect it. Okay, so another principle I often say, I say it on this channel, and that's this, is price often goes where you expect it to go, just not in the way you expect it. So I think everybody's kind of looking at this thinking, yeah, we got to move up. We got a three-way pullback. This is looking really good. Let's go to the upside. And I think we're going to see some little shots up here and then going to come over, hit the low, shot up, hit the low. Might even be a bigger one. Boom. Stop hunt this low. And then maybe up. Okay, so watch out for that. Okay, so those are some ideas there very quickly. So I think everybody and the brothers looking at this as a bull flag and just seeing it consolidate, and looking for just this big old candle to bust out to the upside. I think a big old candle to the upside is real plausible, real possible at this moment, right? At this stage, we could see a break up and out of here, and I would love to see that, right? We're going to trade that. I've been looking to take a long. If the long presents itself, I've actually taken a couple of trades in here, short and long, on the lower time frames and made some money. And just looking to take the next trade, but right now on the small time frame. Very small time frame. We're at this little stage right here. Just looking at, let's look at this wave here very quickly. We're on this trend line right here. We're on this trend line. See this boom? We're playing on it. Okay. We're saying, hey, I mean, the market's like, hey, we're getting ready to break out, man. We're getting ready to bust up to the upside. And I would not be surprised to see, in fact, we've already had kind of a candle just now that kind of busted up and out of that trend line. The question is this going to come right back in, or is it going to play around up here first and then come down, or is it going to find support? Are we going to find price support? It's going to bust up and out of here, get some movement up and out, and then find some support and then continuation. So that's what we're really looking for. But Bitcoin just kind of busted up and out of here. But the problem is, that you kind of this isn't a great place to take a trade. I mean, you can take a trade. It's not wrong to take a trade, but it's not the best place in the world to take a trade. But it's not bad. You got a nice three-wave shape here. I mean, it's a beautiful three-wave shape. There, and this could be ready. That could be a little 1, a little 2, and then boom, here we go. But okay, so that means wave 3, 4, and continuation, right? But the only problem is you could have an A, a B, and a C. This could be a truncated C, and boom, it gets rejected, and then on our way back to the downside. So got to understand that. Looking at Ethereum, which I like to look at multiple charts here, looking at what's going on. You look at Ethereum, and you're like, hey, I mean, you've got a real, you've either got you got two things going on right in here. Okay, you've got one thing that says, hey, this could be A, B, C, okay, and now we're busting up and out. You get a pullback and continuation, okay, or this is wave 1 to the downside, and this is a 3, 3, 5. Or we could go hit the high one more time for the 5th and then come down, boom, like that. Wouldn't be surprised to see one more little sneaky hit to the high and then down. Would not want to see it break that high, though. But anyway, if that's the case, but that looks like an A, B, and a C wave, which points down. But right now, you'll notice that I've got trend lines drawn, okay, and we're breaking that trend line to the upside. We faked to the downside right here. We faked up and came back, consolidated, faked down. Okay, then we broke back to the upside. This is a classic flat. I mean, it looks so much like a flat, guys. It looks really good. So from an Elliott wave perspective, it looks really good. But the question is, does it look too good? Okay, I don't know. It might look too good, but it may be just exactly what the market's doing. And then boom, we're getting ready to get a move to the downside. Okay, and that's really what I think needs to happen on the larger time frame chart. Okay, looking at the larger time frame chart here, I'm going fast. I hope you're doing okay. You guys doing okay? All right, good. So looking at the larger time frame chart, what do you see here? What do you got rocking here? You got it, boom, 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 right there. So this looks like it just needs to get going. This is a 1 and a 2, and now we're going to pull back maybe here and just find some support and let's go. What you're going to want to watch here okay, and this is what you really need to pay attention to. On the 4-hour basis, we got a trend line right here. We can draw it there. And we got a more local trend line right here, and that we're playing on. We're playing on this local trend line. What happens is we get more bullish if this local trend line gets broken. We get more bullish, right? And we say, hey, this is looking bullish, but we get real bullish if we come up to here and it breaks here. We're going to get more bullish. When it starts breaking this level right here, so it breaks this line and then breaks this level, we get really bullish. We're looking for a pullback and then to the moon. Then all of a sudden you got boom, boom, here we go. Okay, and that's what you want to see. That's what we want to see on a larger time frame. This low held. It did not get broken. We're starting to get a bounce. Are we going to get the follow through, or is it going to do what I kind of think it's going to do? And that is that this is just a local pullback on the smaller time frame. This trend line is going to ultimately get respected, and this is going to break to the downside again, bust that low down, and that might be the last drop. We take that low out, and this could be a wave 5 of some kind, and then we go up, or I mean, so that's a possibility. I think locally though, we come hit the low one more time. I don't think tonight's the night we're going to break to the upside. I think we go take the low out. So today and tomorrow's price action, my guess, this is my guess, I could be wrong, is that we're going to go take this low, or at least this low. Okay. And then after maybe a Tuesday, Wednesday reversal, okay, and then we get a move back to the upside, okay. Now that's Ethereum, right? But again, price movement and direction all work the same way on all. So if this is what I'm expecting on Ethereum. I'm also expecting a downward move and then a pop to the upside probably on Bitcoin as well, right? So going back to Bitcoin here, so let's zoom out, look at the 4-hour, and just kind of say, okay, what's the wave structure looking like here? Okay, well, you can see that I have an ABC drawn here. Okay, I've got an ABC drawn there. So we have a possibility here of a wave 1 right here on the 4-hour, and that this is a 3-wave pullback. We're playing around the 618. Okay, what you'll notice is I have a liquidity box drawn right here. Okay, why do I have that box drawn there? Number one, because it's the golden zone. It's the golden zone pullback. When some of you guys don't know how to pull the retrace fib, so let me just take a minute and show you how to pull the retrace strips. I'm not saying that the wave starts. Okay, the wave starts here, but the wave doesn't end here. I think it ends right here. Okay, that's what I'm at least proposing. Okay, and so if the wave ends here, okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to start at the beginning you're going to get the Elliott, the Fibonacci retrace, and you're going to click at the bottom here and the top here, and this shows you the 618 retrace of this wave right here. So the golden zone lines up. It's beautiful. I mean, look where it lines up. The golden zone lines up nearly. Let's draw this a little tight. At the top of this wave, the bottom of this wave, right here at the bottom of this little pullback, okay? And so you can kind of see that this level right now is being respected, or at least we're having a jog here. Things look good at this golden zone. But we also have the 786 retrace, which is down here. And that's kind of what I'm expecting, a little bit of a deeper move down. And that might be the end of it, unless we get a real steep move to the downside. I kind of think it's a good idea for a deeper move down to 51K, 52K in that range. 51,876 is what I've got there as the 786 retrace, and then that's going to look a little bit more bearish, and then boom, maybe we get a move to the upside. Maybe. I don't know if we're going to get that or not. But this wave structure is something we can expect to see if it's bullish. Okay, if it's bullish. Now, if it's more bearish here, okay, that means this thing could come even deeper, take out this low, then all of a sudden this idea for a wave 1 and a wave 2 gets negated completely. Okay, so the rule in Elliott is that wave 2 cannot retrace beyond the origin of wave 1. So if wave 1 starts here, ends here, wave 2 can't retrace beyond the origin right here of wave 1. So if this comes down, breaks this level, then this cannot be a 3-wave wave 2. It can't be, right? And I'm talking to you guys who don't know Elliott very well. Raise your hand in the chat if that's you. Say, hey, Jim, I like your channel, but I don't know Elliott really well, and this is helping me understand the rules. If that's good, I want to hear from you. Let me know. Let me know if you're new to the channel. You said mic sounds horrible? What's wrong with the mic? Somebody tell me. I don't see anybody else complaining about the mic. What's wrong with my mic? Rodrigo has a problem with it. Anybody else got a problem with the mic? Let me know. Let me know. Am I talking too loud? Just turn the volume down. That might be. My cord is a little loose in my mic, so that may be the problem. Eric, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Eric, bro. Bro. Sounds like underwater. Maybe just you. Okay. All right. Just checking. I probably need to get a new mic. This cord, the cord is loose in the mic. It's a what do you call it? It's a oh, dang on it! It's one of those. Oh, it's a Blue Yeti. I couldn't think of the name of it. It's a Blue Yeti. Though it's red in color, but it's a Blue Yeti. It's a stand mic. It's a boom mic. I mean, it's a nice mic. $125, $150 mic, something like that when I bought it. I can't remember. Maybe I got it on sale for $125 or something like that. Can't remember. But it's a good mic for what it is. Yeah, I need to invest in a better mic though, I think. Okay. All right. I'm not going to get to, not until I finish the analysis here will I take any questions. So I need to finish. It takes me about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get through the analysis, the Elliott wave analysis of Bitcoin and where I think it's going, and then I'll take some requests. Okay. All right. So let me keep rocking here, guys. All right. So what was I saying? So basically, what I'm saying here is that just looking at this wave here, okay. And again, let me know if you're new to Elliott and me explaining the rules helps you. Let me know. This kind of looks like an ABC. Okay. The question is that finished? Okay. Now the RSI is kind of saying, hey, maybe it's finished. Look at this. We're getting a break on the 4-hour, but the problem with that break is that we had a break on the 4-hour of the trend line, but then it came back in. Okay, so if you see these wicks right here in this local, it broke. Okay, but then it's come back in. All right. So remember, RSI retraces. So if this comes back, retraces, but we are busting up and out of here. The momentum is shifting to the upside. So the RSI is kind of pointing to the upside right now on the 4-hour. There's a breakout here on the RSI. That doesn't mean it can't make another low. It just means that how do I say it? The momentum to the downside is shifting back to the upside. It could come down and make another low on the 4-hour right here like this, and what that would do is bring price back down here, maybe make a higher low in the RSI, create divergence, and then you see the push to the upside. Maybe not that high, but you see the RSI moving back up when price also is moving back up. And then as you get a wave 2, the RSI will reset. Okay, boom, 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 and then you get the wave 3 high. Okay, and that's when you get the big wave. That's when you get the big move to the upside, wave 3. Okay, so that's kind of what we'd be watching for. Now we got a lot of time for that to develop, guys. Got lots of time for that to develop. But so the big question on the 4-hour chart right now is, does this little trend line, local trend, hold? Which I kind of think it might, but RSI is kind of indicating, hey, maybe it won't. Okay, maybe it won't. So we'll see. We don't have a kind of volume profile of an ending move here. Okay, you see how we got this volume profile where you got this big spike right here? As letting you know, you got an inordinate amount of volume coming in on this move. So when price came down on this move, we got lots of volume, lots of interest, right, in pushing price back to the upside, okay? Now as price is retaking this, we're just kind of chugging away with consistent volume profiles. And we haven't got the kind of move that goes beyond the average volume. So what that means is most likely this move is not finished, okay? Because when you see that move finish, you're going to see a kind of volume spike where there's a... Listen, let me tell you, if price is going to be shoved up here and we're going to go up to the upside, you're going to see the kind of a volume candle. Okay, that's gonna be associated with people that are interested in price going to the upside. Okay, you're going to see a big spike in volume that's going to be, way above average. Okay, you're going to see a volume spike that says, "Hey, we're done with this move and we're ready to move. We got our position locked in now. We're going up." So we haven't seen that kind of a volume spike. So again, the evidence on the chart for me, this looks like a three-way pullback. It's probably going to hold this local trend. If it doesn't hold the local trend, it's probably going to hold the larger trend here. So you see how we got the larger trend here. Again, this is BTC. Okay, here's the local trend right here. Okay, so when I say local, it's just a little tighter, this local trend, and then we have from the top here we got this higher trend. So if this local trend line doesn't hold, it's probably going to find support right in here, or find resistance, I should say, right here at the bottom of these waves here, and find resistance and then bust on back to the downside. Take out this liquidity, could even take this low out. We'll see. But I don't think the evidence supports right now that this is finished to the downside. Okay, does that mean take a short right now? No. Again, because we could see how much we could see another 3% move back to the upside before she shoots down. Okay, so unless you're using low enough leverage and you're willing to hold and lose that amount of money, okay, a 3% move when price, if you're using 100x or whatever and you get a 3% move against you, that's not very good at all. Okay, unless you're trading a real small proportion of your trading account. So you get a 3% move, you're trading high leverage and you get a 3% move against you. Not so good, guys, not so good. So if you're leverage trading, this is not an entry short necessarily at this moment. You say, well, Jim, when would you take the entry? Well, when I see evidence of reversal, okay? So one of the things we watch for reversal is a break of trend lines, okay? So right now we have a three-wave shape. Is this finished? Is this done? This looks like it needs to kind of come up here and do something like that. Okay. Then if you get a move down, pull back, and then it breaks right there, that's when I take the trade. Okay. I want to see this. I want to see this break that trend line. Boom. Let's take the trade there, because then if it busts back up, you've got you're closer to the stop, which is up here, right? And even then, that's not a perfect stop, because they could come down, boom, break that trend line, and then take it up, and then take it down, right? And we know that's the kind of crap and the trash that this market does to you all the time. It's a liquidity grabbing. So that's why I have a strategy, guys, where I'm not looking for big long moves like this, guys. I trade smaller time frames, and I'm in and out of waves constantly. What I do personally is, I like to trade. I saw this flat working, and I was like, ooh, that looks really good. So you can draw that trend line right there. Okay, or you can take an aggressive approach. If you took an aggressive trend line there on this break to the upside, you can take an aggressive long here. If they stop hunt you, or if they come and break this trend line, boom, you're stopped out, right? And that's a really tight stop on the very small time frame on the 1 minute. But if it goes, you right here, this thing went up a 1% move, right? So that's fantastic. On 100x, that means for every dollar it goes up. Every percent. If it goes 1% and you're at 100x leverage, you're making 100% of whatever you put up as margin. So, if you put $100 up for margin or $1,000 up for margin, if it moves 1% at 100x, you're going to make that $100 or $1,000. So anyway, I just trade those small moves, take the profit and get out, look for another trade setup, right? So that was a beautiful setup right there. Now that's not. Now I always look for Elliott structures to trade. I don't just trade trend lines. I look for Elliott structures. But this was a nice 3-wave Elliott structure, right? That would have been a nice little long right there. So that's an example of a trade I would take, and then I would basically, as it fizzles out and it starts to break the trend line to the downside, I take my profit. You said, well, Jim, what if it keeps going? Well, it keeps going. It doesn't matter. I don't need to make a ton of money. I don't need to catch long moves. I catch a short move and I'm out. Okay. Here's another example of a trade I might take here. Maybe I can't say that I would take it here or not. But here's an example of a good place to at least take one, right? Looks like you got kind of on a 1-minute chart, kind of a 3-wave move right there, right? So if it breaks to the upside, well, what that's looking like is it looks like it's going up for the next wave. You got a 1 and a 2, right? This kind of looks like an impulse wave that looks like a 3-wave pullback. Let's see if it goes. Now, it may not go. It may not. This may roll over and come down, and that's going to change the look. So that means my stop here, if it breaks this little low right here, that's not the trade I'm looking for, because that's changing what I'm seeing. This looks like a 3-wave move. This looks like a 1-2. Let's go, right? But if it breaks this low, that's changing what I'm seeing, and that's not my trade. And we'd stop it out for a small loss, and we'd look for another move to the whichever direction, right? I've got this larger trend line here. That's a much better trade to take. If it comes down and breaks that, I'm looking for any kind of pullback here. Boom. Let's get a pullback here and the continuation. I'm looking for that continuation trade. Okay. So once I break that trend line, my eyesight, I'm starting to look short. I'm thinking, oh, that's breaking to the downside. That the direction of the wave is breaking down. So I look for the short. You get a pullback, 3-wave in shape, then you get some continuation break. Okay. Give you an example right here. Very quickly, you had a nice 3-wave. You had a nice little trend right here working. You can draw that. Once this high got broken right here, okay? Once that high got broken, you move your trend line to this low here. You got a nice line. And once it breaks right there, any kind of little pullback, boom, you're in the trade, okay? If you didn't like that one, you get that 3-wave pullback, you're in the trade. Once it breaks back down, boom, you're in a trade. Take your profit. It comes down a bit. You like your profit, take it. Look for another setup. They're all over the place, guys, on every time frame. So that's how I trade. That's how I surf the waves, just to give you some ideas about how I trade small time frames. So I could care less, guys, whether this thing's going up or going down. I'm just ready to go with whatever direction it's going. I'm ready to trade that direction. Okay. And that's a strategy that, and I haven't given you all my rules for how to actually execute those trades, and I'm still even perfecting the execution of that and getting better and better as I go every day. But the point is, I have a strategy. We've developed it over time. I've got rules that I follow. When I follow those rules, it is a fantastic trading method. If I break those rules, not so good. Not so good. So you got to be disciplined, guys. You got to have rules, and you got to keep those rules. See how this rolled over? Okay, it's kind of looking like a 3-wave pullback to the 618, and here we go. But it rolled over, took that little low. It no longer looks like a good trade anymore. If it broke that, yeah, it did break the low. So I no longer have a reason to stay in this long here from an Elliott perspective, because this is not a wave 1 and a wave 2, because this 2 broke that low. Again, we use that principle on every time frame. So we can zoom out to the 4-hour, guys, and we're saying, okay, all right, here we go. So this is where we are. Right now, we have what seems to look like an impulse wave. Boom. We have what seems to be a very clear 3-wave pullback, okay, right to here. We now have another impulse. So here's the rub. Is this a 3-wave move that is going to then come down, or is this the beginning? Is this the beginning stages of a much larger move to the upside? That pullbacks that we get, they're just going to be little, and then we're going to move. It's going to find this low is going to hold. Is that going to hold or not? Okay. So let's look at the 1-minute chart here on on Bitcoin, just to kind of show you this local. Actually, let's look at Ethereum because it's a little bit more of an interesting look here. So looking at the smaller time frame, and I'm trading Ethereum personally. Is this a flat 3, 3, 5? If it is, okay, if it is, then I'm looking at this as an A, B, and a C, which could then be followed by that's a three-way pullback followed by an upward move. So I'm ready for that. Or, okay, is this a 1 and this flat is a wave 2, and now we're going to begin going down impulsively, okay, down to hit that low, that's what I think is going on personally. That's what I believe is probably happening. Why do I believe that? Because I don't have the volume profile that I'm looking for the end of a move to the downside. Okay, I don't have that on the higher time frames. Number 2, we are finding resistance. I can't find my mouse. There it is. We're finding. Come on. Let me go to the 1 hour. You can see it a little bit better here. We're finding resistance here on a local trend line. We have what looks to be a 3-wave shape. Now, granted, the C wave or the prospective C wave is truncated. Okay, it is truncated, but nevertheless, it's a 3-wave shape. Okay, it's a move to the upside here. Okay, that's finding resistance. Are we going to see rejection and another low? That's what I think needs to happen. Again, another reason why I think that is because ending waves often make 3 moves. Okay, move number 1, move number 2, looking for move number 3. Now that third move doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen, but I kind of think it will. I usually look for it too. So I'm really I'm really thinking this is an area where a short might be good to play. Okay, so if I'm looking for a short here, I want to draw a local counter trend here. Okay, so I got a local counter trend right here, right? And we're coming down. Okay, we've got a move, an initial move. We got a wave 1 right here. Boom. There's your wave 1. We got a potential 3-wave move, wave 2. Now I'm looking to see if this wave 3 is going to develop, or the other way to look at that. Okay, and that's the difficulty here. The other way to look at that is that this was an A, B, and a C right there. And this is a truncated C. And now we have a 1 right here and a wave 2 here, looking for 3, 4, and 5, looking for the move to break to the upside. Okay, so those are 2 options here. The same wave structure. It looks more likely this could be also an A, a B, and now we're in C. That looks more likely to me. It looks cleaner. It looks better. That might be the case. Or this might be this 3-wave move. That's a 3-wave. Okay, you might find support here at the 618 retrace. Okay, so we're looking for a target. Notice, look how beautiful that is here. Look how beautiful that is. If price comes down here to the 618 retrace, okay, it's gonna find potential support right here. All right, and the way I would count this wave as it moved up is a 1, 2, 3. You got a big old 4, and an extended 5th wave. That's an extended 5th, where the 5th wave is the longest wave. Right? You say, well, Jim, it doesn't have 5 clean waves. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't have 5 clean waves. It's missing a wave 4. That happens all the time. It does. It does. This looks more 3-wave-ish than it does impulsive. So I think that's why a lot of people, and me included, would kind of look for another wave to the upside. Are we going to get another wave here to the upside? You got to know, guys, for the next hour or two, they're more than likely going to play in this range. Okay, and they're going to collect liquidity. Because if they're going to make a big move to the downside or a big move to the upside, they're going to take this opportunity to keep everybody guessing. Okay, because there's people like me who I think this is probably going to break to the downside. And there are other people out there, maybe like you, that think, oh no, this is breaking to the upside. This is going, okay? And you might be right, and I might be wrong. And I might be right, and you might be wrong. But there's people on both sides of the fence right now looking at the same price action and are coming to different conclusions. They look at some things and like, oh, look at all that. Price is definitely going up. And I look at it and I'm thinking, oh, there's a good chance price is going down, and I got my reasons why, and you got your reasons why, and they're gonna keep doing. They're gonna go up, and then they're gonna break down, and go up and break down, and there are gonna be times where you think, oh, here we go, and then boom, they're gonna break into the downside, or here we go, and then they'll break into the upside. They're gonna play around these trend lines. You got to know that, guys, because that's all about market maker liquidity. Okay. And you can kind of see what they're doing here on the small time frame, okay? You can see how they're kind of pushing price, and then all of a sudden, boom, big candle back to the upside. In one candle, they take all that price action back. How many candles did it take for price to get all the way down here, and how long did it take for price to get down here? And then in one candle, they take all that price back. That is the way the market moves, guys. That's the way it moves. And I look at that and I say, this has a good chance of being a flat right there, and then looking for another downward move. So this is like a 1 and a 2. Boom. Let's go. Okay. Or this is some kind of an ugly 3-wave move. This is like a 1. We get a 3, boom, and then we're getting ready to break out to the upside. Or they're going to elongate this and do a lot more, playing around on both sides. All right, so that's long story short. That's short story long. That's kind of what's going on here. That's where we are. I don't know the answer. Okay, I have intuitions. Okay, my intuition based on some of the things I've shared with you. I don't know that we have the kind of volume structure that supports a bottom here. Now, if we get a candle, a particular type of candle here at a certain time, in a certain place in the wave, yeah, there's a good chance this breaks to the upside. But we are on the precipice. It's at decision time here, guys. Right here, look at that. We're at decision time. But I think probably Bitcoin's gonna work its way to the upside a little bit and see if it can go hit this trend line to the upside. I think that's probably where we're headed, if I had to guess. Okay, but doesn't have to. It totally doesn't have to. It could just support. It could find resistance right here on this local trend. Okay, see this local trend right here? We could find resistance and it pops down. But right now it's showing a little bullishness, working its way through this trend line. Probably going to work its way up to this trend line. The question is it going to bust up and out, find support, and then continue? Or is it going to come up and out and then reject and come back in and hit that low again? That's where we are, guys. That's decision. That's the decision time. That's where we are. So, all right. With that said, hopefully that's clear as mud, or a little clearer than mud to you. I don't know which way it's going to break, guys. I don't know what the wave structure is going to eventually show, but that's kind of what we're looking at. Okay. Let me check the chat, see how you guys are doing. The previous low didn't have, absolutely had plenty of volume right here. You can see the average volume as we draw. If we draw a volume line here, the average, this low right here on the 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever. Okay, you can see that there's a clear volume spike right here. But you notice that as we change time frames, you see the differences in the volume. Okay. So, so there was right here a bit of a volume spike there. Is it the kind of volume spike that says, "Hey, this is"? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to have seen one like this. Okay, I would like to have seen an equal amount of volume coming in on this. Didn't have to, but I would have liked to have seen that. Okay, let's go out in the 4 hour. Look at the volume on the 4 hour. Notice the volume spikes here. So these volume spikes came at the top of Bitcoin's move. Okay, that's where these volume spikes came. These volume spikes right here came at the bottom of this wave here. And then volume's been decreasing, and then boom, we got to move to the upside. So this is a pretty substantial volume spike. Okay, that it's comparative to these volume spikes here, where these were reversal moments. So this volume spike coming at the bottom of this wave is a reversal moment, potentially. It's a reversal moment. So yeah, it's there. So the question is, are we going to get that kind of a volume spike again, where we get the reversal moment, okay, where it wants to move to the upside or not? So I don't know. It's just not as. But I will tell you. Here that we are on the 4-hour breaking up and out of this trend. Okay, so we have divergence as well. Okay, where we have a lower low made, whereas we have higher lows in the RSI, lower lows in price. Okay, that is divergence. Okay. Problem is, I just don't have a wave structure here that says, hey, the wave structure is finished. So this isn't pretty wave structure. It's not at least some that I love. You might argue that you know how I was looking for 3 moves down. You might argue there's your number 1, there's number 2, there's number 3. The only problem I'm having with that is that more than likely this is an ending diag. Okay, and an ending diag more than likely. Let's go into the 1 hour. We can break that down just a little bit here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, okay. Sorry. There we go. Right there. All right. So, wave 1, we're going to say this is 5, 3, 5. We're going to put it right there. That's wave 1. Boom, boom, boom. Then this flat right here is wave 2. And then we got boom, boom, boom. There's wave 3. So, does this wave now come back up into here, into wave 4? Very likely it does. Okay, but it needs to come into the territory of wave 4. So it needs to spike up here, if it's a diag, and then come down for the last wave. So watch out for that move right there. That's a real possibility. Okay, that's real plausible, real possible. Okay, so watch out for something like that. If this is an ending diag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, then we're looking for something like that. Now, what else? How else can we interpret those waves here? It's possible that instead of that being a diag, that this right here is wave 5 of the third wave. And this is wave 4. And now we're looking at some kind of ending wave where we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like to see 5 come down here. Okay. Let me check on Ethereum here. Okay, big question here. Big question mark for Ethereum. Small time frame. Wave 1, is that a flat right there? Wave 2. Looking for 3. Is that A? This is B. We get C. Doesn't break the low. Just comes down here and then breaks to the upside. I'm betting on that right there. If it's going to go up, I'm betting on a hit to the low. And then let's break to the upside. So where you want to take the trade, if you're going to take a long here, with low risk, you want to take it on the C wave. Boom. You get a move to the upside, take the trade. If it breaks down, breaks that low, you stop the trade. You're out. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Okay. If you're looking for a long, this is where you want to be taking it, where the stop is close. Okay. That's a nice. What you could do is wait for some confirmation as well. If you want to, there's no such thing as confirmation, but if you want to draw this trend line right here and wait for maybe price. Oh, come on. Maybe price comes down here. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But if it does, okay. Maybe you wait for it to break here, pull back, and then you take the trade. The problem is you're not guaranteed on the pullback. Number one, you're not guaranteed it. So who knows. But that's an ideal world right there, right? Where it breaks, you can take a trade to the upside there. Again, these are just ways to mitigate risk. But even then, there's so many different wave shapes that can take place here. That doesn't have to be a flat, right? This could be some kind of three-wave move, and this just goes, right? It's looking like it wants to go, right? But that's the way it always looks until it reverses on you and comes down here. But it's pushing, right? And then all of a sudden it comes down here, and you're like, oh crap. See, some of you were looking at this one, it's like, oh, I gotta go short, and you go short on that sucker, on that move, and then it comes up and stops you out, right? And then so you cut the short because it broke up here, and then all of a sudden it comes down here, you're like, crap. And so you go short again because you think it's going, and then all of a sudden you go that, and this wave just rips you. It rips you to shreds because you don't know wave structure. You don't know where to take trades. So I would never take a long here. This is where I'm thinking about taking a short. I got a three-wave shape. I'm thinking about taking a short here, not a long, right? It doesn't mean the short's going to play. It just means that's the way I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at this wave structure and saying, oh yeah, I'm thinking about maybe a short here. That short may only turn into a little move from here to here. That's fine. I take my money and get out. Down here, okay, may not come that far, and may not even come down there at all, but that's the way I'm thinking. And then once I have that three-wave shape, then I'm thinking, okay, as long as we don't break this low, I'm thinking, hey, let's maybe get a long here. So I'd look for a break of structure to the upside and take a long down here. But we're not taking longs here. Why? Price has already moved up way too far away from our stop. If we're going to take a long out of here, we need to see a pullback. We need to see three waves and then a continuation. That's when we're going to take another long on a three-wave pullback. Then we'll jump in that wave. But we ain't jumping in the wave here. We're going to be patient for this thing. You say, well, what if it shoots up, Jim, and it just keeps going? That's not your trade. That's not your trade. That's the way you got to think. Okay? I saw, like, this afternoon, earlier, I took that long, and I had a nice trade on that. I made most of that. I took my profit somewhere in here, somewhere. But that was a fantastic move. I was out playing on the trampoline with my son, and made that money. Took my profit up there. What did you see? Well, I saw this three. Right here, that three-way, I had an impulse. Number one, I had a three-wave move, boom. I had an impulse with a three-wave flat pullback. Once it started to move up, I'm like, boom, I'm going to take the long down here, took the long, okay, and and stops below there. Okay, hope you guys are liking the trading, just how I trade on small time frame, where to take trades. Hope that's helping some of you guys. If you want to know more about strategy and how I enter into trades and how I think about taking trades and use Elliott Wave for those trades, love to have you in the Discord. I got lots and lots of education stuff in the Discord. So if you want to be part of that, would love to have you in there. Hey, there's 28 of you watching, 17 likes. Let's hit those likes for me, okay? Okay. Yeah, Rodrigo, I kind of think you're right. Probably gonna. We've already kind of broken that trend line. It could just break down now. Eric, you think lower too? Yeah, I think that 52K is looking real good. That 52K target is quite tasty. So I'm kind of thinking that on the higher time frame. I think that's real possibility. Okay. All right, so let's zoom out and do a little macro talk here, guys. Just a little macro talk here. Oh, sorry. There we go. Clear my chart. Boom. There we go. Go ahead and put your chart requests in, guys. We're going to look at. I'm going to be looking at the Nasdaq and the S&P here pretty quick, plus the DXY. We'll take a look at XRP. You don't have to request that one, and we already kind of looked at Ethereum, but we'll zoom out on Ethereum. So I'll do those charts, and then while you guys are putting your requests in for charts, go ahead and do it now, and then we'll go ahead and look at those for you guys. Okay. All right. So any chart requests you have, we'll be glad to look at them. All right. So what's happening on this wave here? Man, I'm torn. I look at this and I think, man, guys, I'm just telling you, this looks like it needs a move to the upside. It really does. This doesn't look like any top. If you look at, so this is a bullish argument, okay? If you look at any top on Bitcoin, okay, you get two peaks and down, okay? Two peaks. But now, we're getting all these moves. This does indeed look like, quote unquote, a bull flag, or Elliott, a correction, okay? It looks like a correction. The question is it finished? Has it found its support and it's finished? I think there's an argument for that. There's definitely an argument that says, hey guys, listen, there's a real argument here. There's a three-wave move. Boom, right there. You got a 1-2 on your hands. We're now ready. We got a, let me zoom out the 3-day chart. 1, 2, I'm looking for an extended fifth wave, an extended fifth. Okay, I've been talking for the last couple of weeks, guys, about extended fifth waves. Okay, how we've got an extended fifth right here in the first wave, and in the second wave, in the third wave, I should say, there's an extended fifth right here. So I'm wondering that in the macro count, do we get an extended fifth wave here as well? Do we get an extended fifth? I think it's a real possibility. And then all of a sudden you've got wave 1, 2, 3. We're going to call 3 right here. 4. And this is a fifth right there. 5 waves in 5. And that takes us up to about 125K. Is this the kind of move we get between now and the end of the year? Is this the kind of move we get somehow in a couple of months even? We could still consolidate here until the election, and then after the election maybe Donald Trump gets elected or somebody gets elected that all the market just goes crazy for Bitcoin, and we get the pump of our lifetime here up to 125K. Okay, so is that the case, or is there more downside to come? Now, the question. So my Elliott, looking at the macro, my Elliott eyes are saying, guys, this looks like it needs to go up. Okay. Now that said, I mean, and other reasons why on the 3-day, do you see the hidden bullish divergence right here? That's hidden bull right there, or at least exaggerated bullish divergence. If we get one more break to the downside that takes this low out right here, that would be fine as long as we get a move back to the upside quickly. That would create a lower low. That would give us the hidden bull we want to see on the 3-day chart. So that would be a nice move. So a move down, I would love to see one more low. I really would. And the reason why I want to see that is, number one, it would give me a much better looking structure that looked finished. And number two, it would come down to what I've been calling, what I often call, is real price support. Real price support. Okay? Right now, we found support because we came and tagged the top of this wave. But guys, that's not real support. You don't find real support at the mountain peaks. You find real support in the valleys. Okay? The valley is the real support. We have not come down to real price support. Now, you can get some bounces off of the mountain peaks, but usually support happens, okay, in the valley. Okay? So I would like to see price come down to the valley of this wave right here, this wave right here, this wave right here. Okay? So this right here around between 35 and 40K, that's where I believe real price support is, right in there. Okay? So I wouldn't mind seeing a kind of a big move down to finish this, and then a shot to the upside. Get everybody bearish on this move and then shoot it up to 125K relatively quickly. Okay? Wouldn't mind seeing that at all. That's what my Elliott eyes are kind of looking at. I'm watching for that potential. Okay? Does it have to do that? No. It does not have to. This is an area of support. It's just not strong support, but it is support. Okay? So can price be supported here? Could we come down? I wouldn't mind seeing this double bottom. Okay? So in other words, I wouldn't mind if this is going to not go down and hit the 39, 40K range of Bitcoin, then I wouldn't mind to see a double hit to 50K. All right? I wouldn't mind to see this hit one more time. Let's come down and make the low somewhere around, find support at 50K one more time. I think that would be a super move right there. And then up. And then you got a 1, 2, and we shoot the moon. There's your moon boy count, guys. There it is. Now, if it's not that, here's your bear count. Here's your bearish wave structure. This indeed is part of, more than likely, an A, B, looking for a C. And what we actually have here is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 on the chart. We have 3 1, 2s. We got 1 leading diagonal, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We got another 1, we get another 2, and we're waiting on this thing to just tank. We're waiting for a big, giant move that's going to be fast and furious. It's going to blow through this, blow through that, and find real support right here at this trough. Right here. I would imagine this would flag out for a while for some kind of a fourth wave, and then we dump for a fifth wave. Boom. Through this area, finding real price support. It wicks. It finds real price support down here at $4,000 to $10,000 right here. And that would be the a bearish count. That's one of several bearish counts. But that's a really bearish count. And then you get the moonshot of your lifetime. But it doesn't happen this year. It doesn't happen next year. It happens years later. It happens however long this takes. And right here, this wave right here, this could take months or a year to develop into some kind of three wave. This could be a year in the making or more. So this could drag out for quite a while, and then it drops for its final move. So there's your bearish count. And there it is, guys. I mean, there's the analysis on the macro and the micro. Okay? So we've got time for this, I believe. I believe we've got time. I don't know that we're going to get this dump that I've drawn on my chart tomorrow or the next day. I'm not saying that. I'm simply pointing to a macro wave structure that could play out. Now, which one do I believe? I think the bullish count right now looks a little bit better, but that's when my spidey senses jump in. Yeah, Jim, it looks better, but that's designed to look good. It's designed to look that good, so the longs get stuck and trapped. But guys, this does not right now, it's not showing the power to the upside that we really want to see. Doesn't mean that power can't come in at any day, in any moment. Okay, doesn't mean that power can't come in. It just means that right now, it doesn't look that powerful to the upside. Okay, it's looking and feeling more bearish right now the longer this takes. But I would I would really like to see price come down to the 40K range. I would 40K is a really nice zone for me. If price gets down here and then wants to come back really fast, I would look at that and say, yes, that looks good. That looks right. That looks plausible. All right. With that said, let me take a look at your requests here, guys. The bullish count is not invalidated. 4-star strength. Salvador Deza asks, can it retest 40K and then moon mission? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just shared that bullish count just a minute ago. Mike Gibbons, my pleasure, man. I hope it helps. 4-star strength. I'm not sure what you're laughing at, and I'm not sure what you disagree with. I'm offering bullish and bearish counts, brother. Bullish and bearish counts, and the bullish count is not invalidated. Definitely not invalidated. 100%. We still got to respect the bullish count. No, I'm kind of bearish right now. On the immediate term, I'm looking down. You should watch the whole live. If you're just jumping in now and catching me, you should definitely watch the whole live. Lots of good information in this live. It's been a good one. Let me know if you've enjoyed watching it and the information that's come along. All right, Hugo, let's do VeChain right now because you're my buddy, and then Crypto Brandon. Let's do XRP as well. And then we'll look at S&P and I'll take the rest of the requests here. So let's look at VeChain and XRP, guys. Let's see, get the DXY. And by the way, let's keep our comments respectful. So laughing my ass off comments are just not accepted or honored here. I'm not a big fan. We have rational TA here, guys. We got, and I come from the chart very neutral. So if I offer you a perspective that counters yours, why don't you respectfully disagree and tell me why? But if you're only one side, if you can only see one count and you can't see both sides of the market, that the market can go either way, then you're the one with the problem, not me. Okay. Because you're gonna have to learn to see whenever you see it one way, it'll go the other way on you. How many times has it done that for you guys? Okay, there's VeChain, found it. All right. Oh man, Hugo, that looks bearish as crap, dude. Steven. Does this not look three-wave-ish to you? That looks three-wave-ish to me. So my eyes are thinking, man, is this thing dying? So let's find 0. There's 0, a little lower than that. Zero. Okay, there it is. There's 0. There's death to V-chain right there. Got lots of liquidity here, brother. Lots of liquidity right there. Is this some kind of an ending wave here? We get a little bit of a move and then boom, ending wave. Find real support right here. And then we go. Or we consolidate do a 1-2 for the next several years. 1-2, 1-2, and then all of a sudden we go. Is that what's coming in the next 4 or 5 years? Oh, sorry. Probably. This wave looks like it wants to come down, take that liquidity. I'll be honest with you. Does it have to? No, it doesn't. So the other argument says, hey, this was the bottom here. That was the bottom. This was an impulse wave. Boom. And now this is some kind of an ugly three wave. It just finished, and now we're getting ready to go up. Look for that break of that right there, that trend line. Bust up and out. You want to be long on that break, right? You want to be long on that break, stopping it out on, or, I don't know. That's an idea. Let me see what Bitcoin's doing small time frame here. Oh, they are playing around this area. Look at that. I love that. All right, so let's just take a peek at what's going on Elliott wave, from an Elliott wave standpoint here. What's going on in here? What's happening? I think there's a couple of ways to look at this. So you can look at this as an A, a B, and a C. Is C finished? C we usually expect to see 5 waves, right? We usually expect to see 5 waves. Okay? And you can argue it's ugly as sin, but you can argue that you got one. Actually, man, let me see here. Let me think. One, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. And they're doing some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diag. ABC. What else could it be? You could argue that it's finished. I don't see a great finished count on this wave. I really don't. Okay, so here you go. Oh, this is a good one. Check this out. Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to call this A. That flat B. We're going to get a stop hunt to C. Maybe it's a truncated. Maybe it comes down here, and then all of a sudden, what you actually get is A, B, C to the trend line. I like this. This is probably what's going on. Come to the trend line. Bust it down. That's not bad. Lex Luthor, I personally think that there's a crypto winter coming. I think there's something coming in crypto where Bitcoin could very well dip that low, and during that dip, that's when all these crap coins, they die off. They need to be cold. Excuse me. They need to be cold. Okay, the crypto market needs to be trimmed, and a bunch of these coins need to die off because it's just a bunch of crap. And what needs to rise to the top are the real utility coins that have real use case in crypto, and they need to rise to the top and grow stronger. And the money that's spread out on all of these crap coins needs to consolidate in these larger coins. And so the money is going to move out of the crap coins into these bigger and better coins, like in the DeFi network, Ethereum and other things. And all that market cap that's spread out among those crap coins as they die are going to be moved and funneled into just a handful of cryptos, and that's when you're going to see the big bull market coming. That's what I believe is coming. That's the way I see the way history is developing. Okay, now I don't know. That's just my theory. That's my take on it. So yeah, I think that market cap isn't going to change. It's just going to transition. So I personally see one more black swan event, and this is probably when we're going to see also the standard markets kind of do the same thing. Okay, so I think there's a death to crypto coming. I do. And much of the market as and let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys, about that theory. What's plausible about it? If you think, oh yeah, it sounds plausible, or what's the hole in that theory? What do you think is the negative against that? You don't think that's going to happen, and why? Okay, but just keep in mind, whenever the market looks like it's got to do something, it often does something much different. Okay, so getting that dump I was looking for it's starting to move down here on Ethereum. So I'm currently short in Ethereum. I'm looking for a long potentially, but I'm going to hold the short, or I'm going to at least short the thing as long as the wave structure tells me to. But if wave structure changes, then I'll look for longs. But right now I'm looking for a short. What do you think, Lex Luthor? What do you think about that theory? Does that make sense to you? At least do you understand where I'm coming from? Camel Teabag, why do you think the high needs to be hit first? Why not the low first, then the high? Because if price gets all the way up there and then comes down, that would... But you might be right. It might be for the purpose of the big boys to make a bunch of money real fast. Because they're dang sure not going to let you make money. That's why I trade the way I trade. I trade on the small time frame to make money, whether it goes up or down, and I'm not looking for any long holds. The most I hold are for like 1 or 2% moves, and that's it. But even 1% a long move for me. I'm usually looking more for like a 20% move, and then a... Yeah. I got 84. What about 84K? I hit to the high, and then like 84, 86K, and then boom, tank it. I like that count. I'm not sure I like a count to 100 to 120 and then a crypto winter. I'm not sure I like that count a whole lot. Though it's plausible, it's possible, right? But I don't know. And I don't know anything, guys. I'm just offering my thoughts here. Just offering my thoughts. See what Bitcoin's doing, y'all. Up or down, guys, up or down. Got a volume spike here on the 2 minute to top, potentially. I feel like down is right from here on the small time frame is more likely. Though I'm not positive. See these little volume spikes here? How during all of this price action, right? We didn't have any kind of real volume, but all of a sudden we got all that volume right in here, okay? And notice that volume's not coming at an area where you would take the trade long. Okay, it's coming at an area at the top of a wave where more likely the trade is short. So that's another reason why I think price is coming down tonight and not going up. Okay, I mean, again, just doing the analysis here on the small time frame. This is a 5 minute chart, but this is what we do, right? You see all this volume that came in at the bottom of this wave. Okay, that's a lot of volume coming in. But where's it coming in? Where's that volume coming in? It's at the bottom of a wave where people would take, where the boys are taking trades. Okay, so now, and then there's no volume changes at all in all of this price action. It's just steady volume, right? Then all of a sudden, now we've got these little spikes. Now, certainly they're smaller than this, right? They're smaller, but nevertheless, they're volume spikes, and they're coming in here. Okay, so either these are longs being taken on the breakout, and they're getting ready to push price up, and it's going up big, or these are actually getting ready to come down to this area. Okay, and so instead of this being sometimes you gotta turn your head sideways to see these other counts, guys. But what this could be here is you could have an A wave there. There's your A wave, and this is a flat B. Now we're looking for C, and the C wave is being indicated right here by this little volume. So it's just little. We're not going to break this low. We're just coming down here, taking out this liquidity down here, and then we're going back to the upside. Now, that doesn't mean we're going up forever. That might simply be a three-wave move. Okay, and so this is one of the ways I use volume to kind of help, along with Elliott, to kind of help me see which direction price might be going. Okay, we use that volume to kind of say, okay. Where's that volume coming in, right? So this volume right here is coming in at the top of this wave. Okay, so we might have a three. This might be the way to interpret this, right? That's 3. Because the obvious way to interpret is, oh look, we got 3. That's what looks obvious. So then you want to say, okay, here we go, we're going up, right? But if you look at this as a three-wave move that takes the high, then all of a sudden you have a less obvious flat. And that's what the market makers like to do for liquidity, and then go. Okay? So they often go where you expect, just not how you expect. Okay? Drawing another trend line. Now, I may be wrong on everything I just said, but I'm just sharing the rationale for my thoughts here. But this would make a lot of sense to me. A, B, C. Okay, even a wick up into here. Finding resistance at the bottom of these waves. Resistance on this larger trend line. And then another low created. So that's the way I do the analysis, and that's the way I trade, guys. I have an idea here, and I'm looking for trades within these ideas. Okay. Now if the wave starts developing in a different way that no longer looks like this, then I'll redraw my wave expectations. Then I'll look for trades within those ideas. I'm not always right. I'm sometimes wrong, and this one could be wrong. I'm just sharing the rationale of what. Okay, let's look at XRP now, and then I'll get to the rest of your requests. XRP, Brandon, you still here? Let me know. Let me know, buddy. Okay, so the first thing I see when I'm just kind of doing some fractal analysis, Brandon, as you like to do, is I'm kind of looking at this wave here, and this wave right here kind of resembles this wave to some level, right, some degree, and they kind of acted the same way. They kind of shot up and then came all the way back down. Except this one came and took the low and then continued straight up. This one came and took the low, started to go up, but now is rolled back over. Okay, so that's where the fractals diverge from each other. And you say, okay, so now when I look at the fractal analysis here of XRP, we got this. Come on. We got this spike here, and then all of a sudden you had these three-wave moves here. So I'm wondering if we're getting these three-wave moves here, and this is going to work its way down, and so this is going to basically be some kind of a three-wave back down to sub-zero. That's what I just drew. Sub-zero. Draw a zero line here, because we don't want to see XRP. So you can see we're just hovering above zero. So yeah, I'm just wondering if Bitcoin's gonna have that bearish move that I've been talking about. If it's bearish, I'm wondering if we're gonna see this thing drop and come on down here. And then, so that's and it may not even come that low, right? The other possibility here is that this is boom, 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 and then boom, we don't take this low out. If that low holds, then we could see a push back up there. And then all of a sudden, what you've actually got is a big 1, 2. That's a macro 1, wave 1, come on, and that's a macro 2. Okay, and what this is a 1, 2, and now we have a 1, 2, and we're looking for a big 3, and this is when XRP would take off. This is when XRP explodes and becomes what it's destined to become. Used by the banks and all that jazz. So that's the bullish look. Okay. It all depends on Bitcoin, right? It really does. They're all going to move the same. Okay. So this wave structure is challenging for me in many ways. So let's just dive in here just a little bit and see if we can make something out of it. So for me, when I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, this looks like a flat to me. That looks like a flat. If it is, that's fine. That's a flat. The question is this a 1, 2, and we're coming down here? Or is this going to get more complex, where you've got this move here, and then you got a 1, or AB, 2, AB, and then we get a C. And all of a sudden you got a W, X, Y. All right. Then you got a three-wave shape taking out this liquidity. So this is your A wave. That becomes your B wave. Then we look for C later. So that's kind of, to me, on the small time frame. Well, I say small time. This is a 3-day chart. That's a 3-day chart. So is this break down here, or do we kind of come up here first, take that liquidity, and then break down? So that supports a pump into election and then a dump, or we get a dump into the election and then a pump, and that's another possibility, I suppose. Let's look at that for a moment. So we look at this and say, okay, we've got basically 3 truncated Y wave, WXY. And now this is A, B, or 1, 2, and this is coming down here. Well, actually, no, let's do it this way. Yeah, let's go 3, 3, 3 down here, and then 5. Boom, we got a flat. And then we come down again. So let's see what you're saying, if you're saying anything in the chat. Yeah, no doubt, Camel. Teabag, the chart looks trashy for sure. Seth, hey buddy. So glad to see you, my man. So glad to see you. 17 cents. I like it. I like it. All right, so XRP is super challenging. Not an easy chart. Not an easy trading chart. I don't like to trade it. I tried trading it for a while and was doing okay, but then I liquidated a little account trading it. I was like, nope, not anymore. So, yeah, not so good. Okay. Yeah, that's my bet. That's the best I got on XRP. How are we doing? All right. I don't know what have you guys asked for here. Okay, Salvador Deza, are you still here? Let me know. Let's look at CIS USDT. Litecoin. All right, let's check it out. Okay, number one, there's not a lot of history here. I'm on the 3-day chart, and I do like to start on the 3-day chart. And look what we see here. We got a real. Let's look at that on the daily. See what happened. When did this volume come in? Because this is inordinate volume. This is like volume that is out of the ordinary for the price action of this coin. Okay, so that's the first thing I noticed right here on this move. So the question is, when did that come in? Came in on this candle right here. Okay, so that could be market makers pumping into their sells, and they're coming and they're ready to sell this thing off and kill it. Now, I don't know anything about Syscoin at all, but that may be one way to interpret it. The other way to interpret it is that it actually came in at the beginning of a move, a much bigger move to the upside. That this was the buy. These were the buyers for the wave 1. Okay. Now, so this is the bullish count. Okay. The buyers came in, and now this is a wave 2. Could be an A wave, or it could be 3 waves, and we're looking for the wave 3 to get rocking to the upside here. Okay, this right here broke this low. Okay, it broke the low. So The other possibility here is that because this came in with hidden bearish divergence, okay, we could come take the low out one more time, and then you got a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a huge fan of that count, but that would be see, wave 4 came into the area of wave 1, the proposed wave 1, so I'm not a big fan of that count, but you could call it a really ugly diagonal. Not a fan. So what I would do, I mean, what you've got going on here on CIS right now is that you've got kind of a break right here, but it's going sideways on the daily here, but this is threatening to the upside here. Right now, what you have is a 3-wave shape. Is this coming down now? Or is this going to come up a little bit higher and then come down? That's not. So if it comes up a little higher, okay, it's going to create some hidden, on the 8 hour, it's going to create some hidden bear, and then one more low. Okay, that's a real possibility. Okay, and then you got A, B, and then a C wave with like a 1, little 2, 3. That's wave 4 and 5, and then it goes. Okay. Or this is the beginning. That's a wave 1, 2, and then we're getting ready to get another 1, 2, and it's just going to start working its way to the upside here. That's a bullish look as well. It really depends on what Bitcoin is going to do, because if Bitcoin finds that bullish count, all these others are going to find their bullish counts. Okay. It just depends on what Bitcoin does here. And Bitcoin is at that decision-making, time. So we'll see. We will see. Take a peek at Ethereum here. Okay, I hope, let me know if that was helpful to you, Salvador. Was that CIS USDT, was that fine, or did you want to see something different, a different chart before I move on from CIS? But that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I don't know what it's going to do, but that's kind of the Elliott way I'm looking at that chart. Okay. All right. I don't know how to tell you to trade it, man, but it's up or down, right? But that volume spike is sus for sure. That's an interesting volume spike for sure. This might be ready to go on to the upside. It might, but it may be getting ready to have a stop hunt to the low first, boom, and then go. It all depends on what Bitcoin does. Okay, what other requests do we have here? Let's see. Let me just kind of go up and see. Did VeChain? I did XRP. I haven't done S&P and NASDAQ. You guys want to take a peek at the S&P and NASDAQ? Here's the NASDAQ here, guys. Ooh, look at that guy. Interesting, guys. This is very interesting. So let's take a look. You see this? You see this move right here? You see that move? We got that pop and it started rolling over and it came down. Are we getting ready to come down and break that? If we break this trend line, Guys, it's not looking. That won't be looking good. Okay, that won't be looking good at all. So that trend line gets broken. Oh man. Man. Let's look at S&P real fast. S&P same way. We got a double top up here. Guys, these don't look good. There we go. So the only way it looks good is if we get if this low holds and we get a rebound candle that takes it to the upside. That's the only way it looks good again. But that's looking pretty bearish. Those are some bearish candles. Okay. How about silver? What's silver doing these days? Man. So right now, silver looks like a three-way move. Let's go. As long as this low holds, you got a 1-2 here. Let's get moving. Come on. Let's get moving, silver. That's what I want to see. We're at a 3-day chart. But you'll see the 3-day momentum. 3-day momentum is down right now. But we're starting a little turn back to the upside here. Are we going to find support here and go up? That's what I want to see for silver. How about gold? Gold looks so good. Gold is so bullish right now. Gold and silver should be both going up, but silver's not moving up nearly like gold is right now. But I think silver's going to catch up. Take a peek at Ethereum here. Ethereum is starting to break here. They're really working this area here, and they're working this trend line. Work it, work it. Okay. So let's see, where was I? I was looking at silver and gold. Okay, yeah, they're looking bullish here. Let's see what oil's doing, guys. What's oil doing? Oh, we like it. Oil going down. Let's gas, baby. Let's go. All right, what do we got rocking here? Man, this looks like it's getting ready to dump. Looks like it's getting ready to dump. Pull back, dump. Oil's looking a little bearish. If this finds support here, that would change things for sure. Pullback, continuation. That's bearish. Natural gas, what do you I'm bullish on natural gas, guys. Price is hovering down here though. I think natural gas is gonna take off here soon. I don't know if they're gonna suppress price or not. But look at this 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's 5? Here or here? Could say that this is A, B, C, finished. Now you got a 1, 2 to the upside. Maybe 2's not finished. Maybe it's got to come up here, and then back down, and then go. We'll see. Guys, I'm starting to get a little tired. Final call here, guys. Final call. Let's, I saw that Brandon asked me about fetch or theta. Let's do theta. I'm going to find it on my chart. Theta. Oh, man. I have it on here somewhere, but I can't find... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I mean, again, it's the same... Oh, sorry. It's the same... Come on. My... Oh, we get a little bit of a breakout move here. Sorry, looking at Ethereum on the small time frame. See Bitcoin in small time frame. Yeah, it has a nice three-wave shape here. They're going to work that for now. So that looks like an impulse. Three-wave pullback. Does this continue to impulse? Oh, it's tough. Hard to say, hard to say. Go back to theta here. So theta starting to break out. My cat's just come to visit me. So it's starting to break out of this, but you'll notice. So theta has a three-wave shape here, right? But it's starting to break back. It's starting to break this level. Theta looks like it needs to. No, I'm on the daily chart, but it needs to finish down here making another low. This looks like a three-wave shape. So that looks like a three-wave pullback that should be ready for another move to the downside. Now, how fast is that going to go down and when it's going to go down, I don't know. But it looks like it needs to go down more because this wave right here looks corrective. It looks like a three-wave move. So the corrective wave is up, impulsing down. So For me, as I look at the charts in general, Bitcoin doesn't seem to be finished with its current move down. It seems that we're currently in a little bit of a corrective wave to the upside, that we're going, more than likely, going to see lower lows, whether it's this week or next week. Hard to say. They can do it whenever they want to do it, but looks like lower lows are coming, best I can tell. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits tonight. I enjoyed the live stream. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Been a good 2 hours. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Come join the Discord if you're not part of it. We'd love to have you. Come make it a great place. Oh, Keith, I'm so sorry. You wanted me to look at Link. Are you still here, Keith? Let me know if you are, and I'll do Link as I go here for my final chart. Let me know, Keith, if you're still around. Totally forgot Link, man. I apologize. Link just looks just like Theta. Got that three-wave shape. It looks like it needs to finish to the downside. Oh, not that much. It needs to finish. Another move down is coming for sure. I say for sure, with high probability. That's the way she looks. Now, you could argue here. Look here. You got a three-wave move there. You got that move. Looked like it needed to come down for a low, but it came back up instead. So you could argue that we're going to do this instead. There's an argument for that. So I could be wrong on Theta and Link. But it looks like we need to come down and hit the low again. But yeah, that's an interesting point. All right, let's see what happens. All right, guys, good to see you. Thanks for being with me. Y'all have a fantastic evening. We're going to call it quits tonight. Love you guys. Have a great night. Trade safe. Bye-bye.